Okay, man, we got an update on James Wiseman. The big man for the Warriors? Yeah. A big man that they need and a pay. Yeah, they can use him down low right now. So James Wiseman is set to join Klay Thompson as they both look to return pretty soon here. You know, the former number 2 pick to practice for the Golden State Warriors. Yes, sir. And he may be back on the week of Thanksgiving, according to Monte Poole of the NBC Sports Bay Area. So the Warriors leave for a 4-game road trip on Sunday, and Wiseman will not be with the team. Instead, he will practice with the G League squad, the Santa Cruz Warriors, you know, to get himself back acclimated. Yes, sir, that's a good idea. I believe in that as well, man. You know, just to get his reps up, get some more practice time, you know. Here's what Steve Kerr had to say. We've been purposely deliberate the last couple months and just slowly ramping things up. He's moving well. He's engaged in a lot of drill work and practice and doing 5-on-0 stuff. He's getting a lot of work in. He's feeling good. Late last season, Wiseman went up for a dunk against the Houston Rockets and landed awkwardly. He was diagnosed with a torn meniscus. And it required surgery. And it brought his rookie campaign into a close. Yes, sir. And due to various injuries, Wiseman's played 39 games, averaging 11 points per game, almost 6 rebounds while shooting 51% from the field. And with his return just around the corner, it's going to be interesting how he fit in with the Warriors this time around. And the development has been on the up and up for all of the Warriors superstars and their young players. In the Western Conference, these guys are the best team, and they're the best team in the NBA. I mean, 11-2, and they did that without him. So I can only imagine how good these guys will be with him. But he's going to have to fit in and figure out his space with the team right now because they're on a roll. So how would he fit? This season, Wiseman will be allowed to do pretty much what centers do best: rebound and protect the paint. Kevin Looney, he's a solid player, but he's undersized at his position, 6'9". Wiseman projects to be a better rebounder and a better perimeter defender, and getting meaningful minutes means he'll contribute as sooner than later. If you ask me, there's no doubt that he can play at the NBA level. Based on what he did last year, he has a lot of confidence, and the team has a lot of confidence in him as well. And they're going to do whatever they have to do to make sure he succeeds. Playing right alongside of Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, he would be as productive if they let him. He just had to come in and find a rhythm. But, he's going to go down there and play some minutes in the G League, I believe, just to get his feet wet. That's what I believe. But who knows? He might just come right into the fire, One of the most encouraging things about this whole situation is he has some great mentors. Draymond Green, AI, Andre Iguodala, Stephen Curry, of course, Klay Thompson. He has a great staff around him. I believe he will come in and do really well because he will just have to come in and just do what big fellas do. He's going to score, protect the paint, and on top of that, he will be dunking on people. And hopefully he still has his athleticism. And he's going to have to play with a lot of heart and toughness and grit. And last year, Wiseman threes came late in many forms, and he was able to operate as a trailer in transition. You could bet your bottom dollar he will get a lot of open shots this year. From setting screens and classic pick and pop possessions, he will be able to take advantage of slow big man on those closeouts. So you better get your chops down. So in drop coverages, he will be able to take advantage as well, and occasionally on down screens, So he's going to have a lot of times to score inside the paint and, around the three-point line. So we will be able to see this happen because, the Warriors are playing small, and he will have an advantage from many areas, man, because he's athletic and a lot of bigs can't guard him. Besides, on the lower note, Wiseman did have the tendency to settle for mid-range jumpers, and the stats have not justified him for taking those shots, you know what I'm saying? On long mid-range shots, defined as the 14 area foot around there, somewhere in between. From the three-point line, Wiseman shot a measly 31% or the 48th percentile per cleaning the glass. So eliminating long twos, especially when they compromise the floor of the offense. So it's going to be paramount that he develop offensively. But for now, the Golden State Warriors can bank on, screen and rolls, pick and pops, drive to the basket, guys like Jordan Poole, Stephen Curry, you're going to have to create plays for him, drive, dump offs, spoon feeds. That's going to be huge for him. He's going to have to get a lot of tip dunks, putbacks, and he's going to have to change a lot of shots on the defensive end as well. But offensively, he's going to have to get easy, dirty buckets. He's going to have to play like a young Jerome Williams. He's going to have to be a junkyard dog. He's going to have to be scrappy. He's going to have to be gritty. He's going to have to be hungry. He's going to have to be the force. Yeah, he's going to have to attack the offensive glass with relentless effort. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, he's athletic. So a lot of big men cannot stay in front of him. So he will be able to get a few little sweep throughs and dunk outs. So the most important thing is for him is not to settle for those mid-range jump shots and just get into the lane, get to the free throw line, find some easy ways to score and help that way, because Golden State Warriors pretty much have everything locked up on offense. He's going to have to protect the paint and run the floor. I believe he will do really well in transition, especially drag screens, and especially when on a fast break where the team is sucked into the lane, he will be able to spot up and shoot those trailing threes. And that's going to be huge for him. And on defense, like I said, man, being a young center in a modern game, pace and space, hey, it could be a daunting task. Whereas the blue chip centers will always find ways to adapt. So it won't be too much of a matchup problem, guarding on the perimeter, especially if he's healthy, So at the end of the day, I believe Wiseman will pair well with Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and guys like Andre Iguodala on the floor. I believe they will be a good little matchup problem for a lot of people on the offensive and defensive end. I believe he can be a player like Rudy Gobert and hold things down in the paint. And most importantly, alter shots. That's going to be huge for him, considering that a lot of guys will be trying to get into the paint and try to bully these guys. But a guy like James Wiseman, I believe he's tough enough to hold his own in the paint. And like I said earlier, he's going to have to be like a Dennis Rodman type player. He's going to have to change the way you think when you come into the paint. He's going to have to be a bruiser. That's one thing the Golden State Warriors are missing right now. They're missing a guy outside of Draymond Green who's going to make you pay for coming into the lane thinking you could just make those little easy little layups and stuff like that. So I believe, having a guy like Bjelica, will give him a lot of room to be able to come in and play his own particular role. And like we said earlier, man, he can do exactly what seven footers are meant to do. Traditionally, he can still, in this new age game, I believe he can still play a little bit of a balance between the two, being able to step out on the perimeter, knock down shots, and defend in the low paint, and score off the paint. Hey, here's another thing. I believe if he gets the ball in the high post, he can make plays as well because he's not bad at finding other guys. He has a nice little knack for the game. Hey, the most important thing for him is to get back healthy, get acclimated, and get his confidence going under him. Because he's been out for a while, and he's still pretty new. He hasn't played a lot of games in college, so it's going to give him an opportunity to come in on a great team, a great coaching staff, and be able to find his role. So, do you think James Wiseman will make an impact right away for the Golden State Warriors? How can he help the Golden State Warriors, man? Hey, leave your comments below.